Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about our topic, which is stoichiometry. Stoichiometry basically a quantitative technique. Actually, it is a branch of chemistry in which we deal with the relationship between the quantity of reactants and product in a balanced chemical equation. The most important thing is the word balanced chemical equation, because when we deal with the stoichiometry, there is a need of balanced chemical equation. So in this branch of chemistry, we deal with the quantitative of reactant and product. It means how much reactants are present before the reaction and how much products are forming after the reaction, and we calculate all these things, the amount of reactant and product, through the balanced chemical equation. So this technique is known as stoichiometry. In the stoichiometric analysis, there are basically the two assumptions. The first assumption is all the reactants must be changes into product. The first assumption in the stoichiometric analysis is that all the reactants which are taking part in the chemical reaction must be changes into the product. And the second assumption is no side reaction occur. No side reactions occurs. So these basically the two assumption which should be fulfilled in the stoichiometric calculation. The first one is all the reactants which are taking part in the chemical reaction must be changes into product, and the no side reaction occur, because if side reaction occur, we will not able to calculate the exact amount of product which is forming from the reactant. So these are the two conditions which must be fulfilled for the proper stoichiometric calculation. For the completion of these two assumptions, there are two laws which must be obeyed during the stoichiometric analysis. The first law is actually the law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass. So the law of conservation of mass means how much reactant are taking part in the chemical reaction, their mass must be equal to the mass of product which are forming during a chemical reaction. And the second one is law of definite proportion. So these two laws must be obeyed so that the other two assumptions should be fulfilled. Law of conservation of mass means the mass of all the reactant which are taking part in the chemical reaction must be equal to the mass of product which are forming after the chemical reaction. And the second one is law of definite proportion. It means that if we deal with some substance, there should be a proper proportion between the element or atom, such as if we are dealing with the H2O, it means in this there are ratio of 2:1, mean 2 of hydrogen and 1 of oxygen. So there should always be the ratio of 2:1, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So these are the basic assumption and the basic laws which should be obeyed in this calculation. So moving to our next, stoichiometric relationship. In the stoichiometry, we deal with some stoichiometric relationship. The first one is mole into mole ratio. The second one is mole mass ratio. Third one is mass ratio. Fourth one is mole volume ratio. So these are the relationship which is known as stoichiometric relationship. In this relationship, the one thing is known and the other thing is unknown. So by the help of known thing we can calculate the unknown thing. Let's suppose we have the value of 1 mole of any substance. So by this given value we can calculate the mole of other substance. Same, if we have the mass of one substance we can calculate the mole of other substance which is unknown. And if we have the mass of one substance, then we are able to calculate the mass of other substance which are unknown. Same, if we have the given volume, then we will calculate the mole of other substance, and vice versa. Means if we have the mole of any substance, then we can also calculate the volume of other substance which is unknown. So all these relationship are known as stoichiometric relationship. Okay, in the stoichiometric analysis there are some advantages of stoichiometric calculation and there are also some limitations. So we are going to discuss about the advantages of the stoichiometric calculation. Okay, first I will write an equation C plus O2 sine of arrow CO2. This is a balanced chemical equation. So what is the advantages of this balanced chemical equation? Actually this equation tells us something. So if we see the equation, we are able to calculate that 1 mole of the carbon and 1 mole of oxygen molecule are taking part and 1 mole of carbon dioxide is produced. So we can calculate the number of mole, and the second one is we can calculate the atomic masses. Let's suppose if the carbon has 12 gram and the oxygen O2 has 32 gram, and sine of arrow the carbon dioxide has 44 gram. So in this way we can calculate how much the mass of reactant are taking part and how much the mass of product are forming, which are equal, which is actually the law of conservation of mass. Okay, these are the advantages. Now we are moving towards some limitation. If we see the equation carbon plus oxygen carbon dioxide, these equation all tells us about the number of mole and the mass, but there are certain limitations. For example, it will not tell us about the rate of reaction. Means how much with how much speed the reactant are converting into product, which is known as rate of reaction. This stoichiometric equation cannot tell us about the rate of reaction. Number 2, condition of reaction. This equation cannot tell us about the conditions of the reaction. Means how much we are giving the heat, how much we are giving the pressure, how much we are giving the amount of catalyst or any other substance. These are known as condition of the reaction. So these are unknown and we cannot able to determine which thing is used or what are the condition or rate of reaction. So these are the limitation. So this is the simple topic